Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. On this edition of One on One, we have Mervin Wyatt-Ras from the AVP party. She is number 7 on the list. We'll have the pleasure of speaking to her for the next 15 minutes. Welcome, Mervin. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, thank you.
Good, let's get started. Now, what I want to talk to you about first is tell me the transition between being from MEP and then independent and then AVP. Tell me the pros and cons, if you will, because I'm sure it must be difficult on some level because you were with MEP for about 10 years. So talk to me about that.
That's right. I was a strong MEP, and when we went for voting for a law that brought equality between us and the people for the pensions, in that time we had a difference of opinion, and then I had a problem with the MEP, and suddenly they kicked us out from the party. So
and this was you and Marisol?
Me and Marisol, and from that time it was, I declared myself independent,
right.
And in that time the transition went, it was like a very fast in progress that we went from, one being a MEP and then being independent.
But talk about now being on the AVP list and being from MEP. What are some of the challenges that you've experienced?
It's two different parties. They're really very different from each other. And so when all my family was really MEP, strong MEPs, and suddenly you have to ask them to go with you to AVP, the party that they have always criticized.
Right.
And that's tough. And I must say it has been a time that it was very difficult for me and my family to do that. But you talking and coming to each other and changing opinions, I really am very happy now that we did that, because
right.
Now I'm feeling very comfortable with it. And my family too, so it's...
And now you're satisfied?
Yes, and the reaction of the public, of the people, when you visit the houses, is very positive, so that gives you a lot of...
No, let's talk about that, because you were number 8 on the MEP list. You, of course, have loyal supporters. So how has your campaigning changed this time around? Because now you have to ask the people who always voted for you to still vote for you, but now you have to they have to vote for a different party because of you. So tell me about the campaigning and the visitation of all the houses. What have you been saying to them?
Yeah, it's a different campaign, because before I could do a lot of contact meetings, and now I concentrate more on visiting the houses, talking to people, explaining them what happened, why I voted for the law, the law that brought equality between me and the common people about in the pension. I have to wait now till I'm 60 to get my pension, and right. Taking all the benefits out. And when you explain, it takes time. So you can't, it's sometimes it's more easier. I think you get more contact with the people if you are talking one-to-one. And I have a great experience with that. And that's why I'm focusing more on that this time than in my other campaigns.
Now, you brought that up twice just now. You made a controversial decision, and that was to vote against your party when it came down to when should politicians get their pension. You knew it would make head turns and perhaps even make a few enemies. I want you to tell me, why did you feel it was so important to vote the way that you did?
It was a question of principle. I mean, I come from social affairs. I've been working 12 years before I went into politics, 12 years in the social affairs. And I always said that it's important to have equality between people. And on that matter, I was always very strongly. And when it came to that, I had to, for me, it's very important that you walk your talk. And so it was very crucial on that moment, so to see your party, the people that you believed in, the people that had the vision that you had, social democratic, that I believed, that's my vision, that's their vision too. It wasn't that. So it was like, a total different thinking of the party members. And then I choose to do what my heart said. So I choose to vote for the people who I'm representing and who I feel comfortable with. And I mean, it was a tough decision. I can't.
I can imagine.
It was a tough decision. After that, it was also tough. But you know, looking backwards, I feel that I did the right thing.
Good.
And because when you are in politics, it's very important that the people who you want to reach, that you also stand for the people. So that's, I feel now very comfortable.
So no regrets?
No regrets.
Good. Now, I've been talking to this a few times on One in regards to women's rights, women's issues, because only 25% of all the list, 25% are females. So I want you to tell me, throughout your political career, what do you think you have accomplished for women? And I want you to tell me, if you are elected into office, what more will you do?
For me, it's I have been the first women's president of Aruba, so that has been an honor for me, but it has also been showing an example for other women. But I always have worked also on women issues when I was in social affairs. And I always have represented the part of the women that are the humble women. And what I feel is very important, that even you're a man or a woman, you have equal rights. And that's what I always have stand for, and that's what I always will be standing for in politics and wherever I go. So in that sense, I've worked on different laws. We changed the law of protecting children against sexual abuse. We changed the penal code. In 2006, we passed a law. Also in that, women, when they are in their marriage, if they are abused by their husband, is also not possible anymore. It's forbidden by law. And also I've worked on the zwangerschapsverlof law. That's the maternity leave law. And that's a very important change for women, that women now in Aruba can have the 6 weeks before and 6 weeks after the delivery of their baby. They have the leave, and also that they can go home for 2 hours of every day. They can go home to give their baby breastfeeding, and that's for 9 months. So I think that's a very great accomplishment for women.
So there's been a few.
Yes.
That you've done. Can you tell me what more are you looking to do in if you are elected again into office?
I think that women have to have the right to study, even if they're mothers, even if they don't have enough money to do that. I think that's very important to focus on. I think also that women, we have to fix the law for the crashes, for the centers, children's centers, for women to go work and leave their child there, because it's very important. And I think that women have to have the rights, equal rights, to have also equal salary, because till now, if you see, women are more working in, worse paid jobs, and I think that we deserve better, and we deserve better opportunities. So if I can do something, I will really do something.
So you would say that those would be some of your priorities if you're elected into office? Great.
So.
Okay, socially speaking, social work is one of your areas of expertise. I want you to tell me what you think is missing on the island in terms of policies when it comes to social and the field of social, and what would you like to improve?
I think our social affairs has developed in time. I think it's very good that we have now different departments of social affairs, but I still feel that we have to do more for children and the youth. I feel that we have to protect our youth from different things, from drugs, from neglect, from abuse, sexual abuse. And for me, it's very important to have like a center where you can coordinate what is being done for the youth. And for the families, because I stand for the family. I think it's very important for Aruba to develop our family basis, our family relations, to support that. And also, I think that we have to develop the law for elderly, because we have nowadays you see that the community is aging a lot, so we will have to prepare ourselves for that.
Right.
So I think we have to change some laws, and also the bijstands law, because I see that people who has a limitation, a handicap, they don't get too much support from the government to when they're in their youth years. So
No,
I
you're
think
right.
that's something that I really want to be changed in Aruba, and a lot more. I don't know if I can
No,
talk about it.
I
but-
agree with you. I think Aruba is not designed for the handicapped and so forth. I want you to talk about your vision for the future of AVP, your political agenda.
I'm new in AVP,
Right, exactly.
so I think that I see that the AVP is going to work in the direction of alternative energy. I think that's very important. I think that I feel that we have to work very hard to improve the health of our community. I think that must be a priority, and also the quality of our education. For me, it's very important that any child here in Aruba can have the right to go to school, the right to have an education also abroad, to go abroad like in Holland or whatever they want to study, and to protect them also when they come back, that they can have the chance to get a job. And so, you know, it's like investing in something that in children, and when they come back you have to open your arms and you know, let them work. So I think also that we have to protect our identity, our cultural backgrounds, because like we have a lot of like with globalization, you get a lot of influences, but I think we have to put all the positive parts together and develop our own, continue developing our own identity, and also our autonomy, because for me it's very important that we can be proud that Aruba is a small island, but we are proud to have our own monetary system, we have our own central bank, we have our own parliament. So we can be very proud to have our tourism that's so growing that we can compete with other also big countries that we can say that. So for me that's very important that we can be proud of that. And number one is also our people that are so amazingly open to other yes, so open countries. And so I think that we have to we can be very proud of that, and we have to continue to develop that.
Thank you, Mervin. I think that is a great note to end up on. Thank you for joining us. And if you missed the live one, we also post these on the website if you want to retract anything that Mervin said. And be sure to catch the next one-on-one, of course. And please register yourselves to vote, because it is very important. But before you do so, I would ask you to learn about your candidates first, because you need to know what they stand for, because that is what you will be voting for. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.